Hi, it's Ursula here with a really quick ad for my new ebook, The Soul Midwife. It's a Victorian Gothic novel ideal for a bit of escapism. As a listener to this podcast, you can use the code HypnoSOS50 for a 50% discount on the cover price. You can also find all this information in the episode notes. Welcome to this week's episode of Hypno SOS, short and powerful hypnosis sessions to help you get through the day. If you haven't listened before, please go to the podcast notes for instructions on how to get the most out of these audios. Also, if you want to improve your sleep, try my other podcast, Hypno Sleep. Now on with the session. This week's Hypno SOS is called Making Connections, and it's all about different ways of thinking, how we make connections in our mind, how we make connections with people, and how we connect to the world around us. You know the way. Sit down or lie down. It really doesn't matter which you do, as long as you can be comfortable. Focus on your breath, and you can, and you will, if you wish, take control of the process as soon as you want, deciding how deep you want to go, deciding how much you wish to connect with the contents and with yourself. And the way to do this is simple. Silently and mentally count down from 10 to 1. Use your out breath to time the numbers, or every second out breath, or even third. It really doesn't matter. The numbers are there to help you focus your attention, to make a connection between your out breath and relaxing. A connection between your out breath and relaxing that will continue even when you've finished counting. So take your time, counting down, going deeper, deeper, deeper still, into the part of your mind that knows you best, into a part of your mind you can neither trick nor fool, into the part of your mind that controls myriad unconscious functions, the part of your mind that makes the connections without you needing to think about it. Ensuring that even when you're profoundly asleep, all those inner processes continue. And as you counted down, as you made the connection between your out breath and going deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed, deeper, deeper relaxed, you can start to feel a sensation of drifting or even floating, and that will be fine. Just fine. Very similar to those moments between waking and sleeping. There will be times when you are fully aware of the words that I say, and others when your attention drifts to the sound of my voice, simply the sound of my voice. But for the moment, it really doesn't matter. You're making the connections in any way that works for you. And as you relax, as you go ever deeper, deeper, deeper still, becoming more and more aware of these unconscious processes, of your unconscious self, you can make the first and very important connection, and that is to remember. Remember to trust yourself. For the majority of that which is you, you trust to keep you breathing, your hair growing, swallowing, your reflexes, too many things to mention. So make the connection now that as you trust that part of you that occurs without thought to do all of the things that it needs to do appropriately, properly, you can start to let that connection move through to your conscious mind so you can start to trust that too. Trust your instincts. Connect with that which you already know, something that you are learning. Allow the connection between your conscious and your unconscious mind to fine-tune your intuition about the world around you. So not just your thoughts and your feelings, but your actions and your interactions. And as you go ever deeper, deeper, deeper still, ever deeper, deeper still, so many different positive and appropriate connections are being made in your unconscious mind to help to remind you to trust your instincts, to make connections to such a degree that it seems almost curious how things start to change around you. Thinking differently, feeling more positive, being more connected. And the second connection to make here is that between yourself and those around you who nourish you, who sustain you, who support you, who give you joy. Reaching out of your mind to find them, to remember them, to connect with them in whatever way is possible and appropriate right now, can and will allow you different connections. Connections formed in trust in love, in friendship. And trust and love and friendship all start with self. So remember, making the connection between your breath and relaxation, making a connection between those around you, making a connection in your mind that helps you reach out and find the positives, creating synchronicities, creating positive change. And even in these moments in time, unconsciously your mind is making connections to remind you of things that are good for you, to help you remember them and reconnect with them. Just take a moment and rest as your unconscious mind connects you to a positive thought, something that will be useful for you. I'll remain silent for a while. Make the connection. And even if nothing came consciously to mind, your unconscious mind knows what it is that you need and will give you that information when you're ready for it. Perhaps it comes in the form of a dream in your sleep. Perhaps it comes in a sudden memory of a person or a thing. But your mind is now ready to make the connections that will help you best, strengthen you, support you, move you forward. And so, in a few moments in time, you will hear me count from 1 to 10, and at the count of 8, your eyes will naturally and easily open. And at the count of 10, you'll be fully wide awake, feeling strong, feeling connected, feeling better and more optimistic than you felt in a long, long while. So, ready. 1, 2, 3, more aware. 4, 5, 6, more alert. Starting to move around now. 7, 8, eyes open if you haven't already. 9 and 10, fully wide awake, connected to the world around you. Thanks so much for listening. If you like this podcast, be kind enough to follow, share, and of course leave a review. I love reading your comments. To suggest a topic, and for Q&A sessions and bonus material, please follow me on Instagram at HypnoSOS Podcast.